Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shane here from Vulgar Display Gaming, and I'm joined here by my good buddy Tamir, also known as.
Lee Fariq.
And he is an artist extraordinaire. And today we are going to be talking about his life in the art world, as well as his new comic that we have playing behind us, Leopard of the Sea.
Delicious.
As well as he's also a musician. He works on movies, TVs, all sorts of stuff. So we're going to be going through some of his artwork, talking about his inspiration and everything. So I want to kick it off with this new comic you have out.
Yeah.
It's super fucking graphic. And I just want to start off with, why a leopard seal?
Yeah, I mean, it truly is a graphic novel.
It is a
graphic novel for sure. And I don't leopard seals.
Are they the undervalued seal of the sea?
Yeah, I mean,
do they not have enough representation?
Thing, yeah. I mean, it's surprising, like the people that I see this book, and when I first made it and like was kind of starting to share the idea around and stuff, people were like, they thought it was a made up, like a fantasy creature. And I was like, no, this is a real deal. This is a real thing. And actually, the guy who printed it, he's like this Armenian dude in Glendale. And shout out to Print Zone Plus, my boy Harut over there in Glendale. And yeah, he'll take care of you, all your printing needs. But he was like, this animal is only in the United States. And I was like, no, dude, not at all. Like, he's only in Antarctica, so you don't have to worry or whatever.
Damn, you're freaking people out already.
I showed him because he kind of flipped through it after he printed it, because he's not going through like every single thing, and he was like, oh yeah, geez. But yeah, I think I just saw like National Geographic shit, and like I like seals. I have this whole like weird kind of like idea of like there's this sleep song called Antarcticans Thought from the science recent of, and it's it's like maybe the idea is that like there's another culture, there was like a pre-human culture or whatever that is frozen under the ice in Antarctica, and it will emerge one day, when their time comes or whatever, like Atlantis but frozen. And I'm not the only person.
So the seals are the heralds of the sub-Antarctican
or like on
people.
Yeah, like on like a science level, they're like the monkey or like the ape, the chimpanzee of the sea.
The leopard seal.
Yeah, or seals.
Seals.
Because they're smart. They're really smart. And they got like,
They don't have hands though. They don't have fingers. They don't use
fingers,
tools.
But they could. One day. You don't know what's been what they've been developing down there. But anyway, that's my I was like, these things are pretty crazy, and I was in Oregon a lot at the time, and I'd go to the Oregon coast. There's this place called the Sea Lion Caves, and there's like you take this elevator down from like kind of this little gift shop, and you go down into this like giant sea cave, and there's thousands of not leopard seals but sea lions.
Really?
And they're banging.
They're just banging. You're just
there's
watching.
Thousands of them, and it's just loud. It's just like, like just like it's like a cacophony of
just
like,
seals banging.
Yeah, of like whales. And
jeez.
But yeah, I've never seen a leopard seal in real life.
So you're just like, leopard seals look cool?
Yeah, they look cool. And
how much research did you put into this?
Enough to. I put this little intro in the beginning where it talks about how they're the apex predator of
Antarctica.
Besides,
well, I mean, as you can all see right here, they fight walruses too.
Yeah.
Are they sworn enemies of the walrus?
Not totally. Like what the accuracy of their interactions with walruses would be like in this book, but as far as the species like in the book, these are all animals and like creatures that a sea leopard could potentially, like, could hypothetically interact with, but like, I had a scene where it was like a shark, like
Mhm.
this gang of sharks, like rolls up on her, and she like bites one in half and does all this stuff, and then I realized, I was like, in my research, like, they don't really have sharks
In
down there.
Antarctica.
They have like
Yeah.
one.
Oh, it's a
one
killer
kind.
whale though.
Yeah. Oh, there's the orca. Yeah.
The
but
orca,
then look,
yeah.
see the reveal. This is what's cool about the Reading Rainbow version.
Yeah,
Is
it
it's
shows
like,
it.
yeah, it's like a movie.
They're going to fuck up the fishermen.
It
now.
really was like, because I have a background
Yeah.
in film and animation. This was like just a storyboard. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like the still version of.
So the Captain Ahab over there, he
Yeah, that's Gorton.
Gordon. Oh
You know, the
yes.
fish sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was Vander Lou or Vanderkamp or whatever, and I had it I was mistaken. It's actually Gorton with a T.
Really?
Everybody. That's the one. That's what he looks like. But I also think it was like, I did that was subliminal. Like, I totally like Freudian brain thing. Oh yeah, this is the flashback.
Yeah, so like the seal fucked up or the homeboy fucked up the seal's family, right?
Yeah, but then he also lost a hand.
He lost a hand. So what's the
So
seal's name? Did you name the seal?
Yeah, I mean,
what's the seal's name?
Her name's Cecilia.
Cecilia. Look at that.
Yeah.
This is some background behind the scenes.
Yeah, because
you
there are
never
no
know her name.
words.
There are
There's
no
words in the book.
You never know.
Except
you
for
can
in the
name the
beginning.
seal whatever you want, though.
It's true, and I
that's the glory of print.
I think Cecilia is pretty cheesy.
Cecilia,
it's
come
easy.
on.
It's too
That's a
easy.
good one. I mean,
it-
she fucked some shit up. You could be calling her Murder Seal or something.
Yeah, I mean, she
Murder Mercelia.
she could just be like. I think one of the original like titles and her name was just Spots too, which was kind of cool, but it was a little misleading and cute.
So yeah, look at this. Yeah. So
he doesn't make it. Yeah.
Oh, obviously not. Obviously not. So as we're going through this comic and we're seeing it, and I've read it, I've seen it, it's great stuff. What do you think some of your biggest influences are when it comes to your style of like this abstract kind of over exaggerated features with the characters and everything? What do you think your art style wise, who inspired you the most?
Yeah, I mean, like, the exaggerated stuff in cartoons and in like comics is my favorite. Like, I don't really get a lot of shit for this, but I always feel like I will. But I'm a huge Ren and Stimpy fan.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy's great. Come on.
Yeah, and so it's like that guy's sort of like a pedophile or whatever. But Bill Camp or Bob Camp, I think, was the other guy who took it over after John Kay was like let go. And it's just as good and it's just as well drawn stuff. But it's like, yeah, that stuff's gross and like really detailed, and it's almost like there was an era of
like, why was that even a kids show?
Yeah, exactly. Or like that era of like Wile E. the Coyote and Roadrunner and like Bugs Bunny, and it looks kind of like the Grinch, you know?
Yeah,
everybody's got like the eyelashes and the wrinkles. There was like there was like a specific era of those like Looney Tunes that look really kind of like
so old school cartoons
for sure. Like there's one, yeah, specifically it's like Wile E. the Coyote is in like a green superhero costume at one point that he puts on and he's trying to fly and then he just eats shit and breaks his face or whatever. But yeah, that and like body horror and like horror films for sure, like when he snaps the dude's like intestine, like he's pulling it tight, like he's slurping up a noodle. She is, but like yeah, that's definitely some like Cronenberg, some John Carpenter.
So I know you personally. I know Tamir. He plays in a heavy metal band.
You don't know me.
Right,
Rick and Morty.
Right, exactly.
That's sure.
That's what we're doing here. But no, I mean, I know you're big into heavy music and everything. And do you think any of the artwork from those bands has inspired you as well?
For sure, yeah.
Like, what's an album art that stood out for you?
I mean, this is like seems very obvious. But Leviathan, by Mastodon, it's like, it's like Ahab, and it's got all that. It's like, and if you listen to that album, for me, it always sounds like a pirate
That's a seafaring album.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
it's sea metal.
Sea Beast and Hearts Alive
Yeah.
are just like, they take you on that like real nautical sounding kind of epic journey, and then the mythology and like the storytelling and like the characters and the deities and shit in Blood Mountain. It's the follow-up album.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, that Mastodon is huge. Like, we were just talking about before this that I ran into Bill Kelleher after like I saw them play. He's one of the guitarists for Mastodon, and he has all of the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back, which is got the game right here, just out of frame. It's going so many connections, but he has like all of them in a sleeve, which was super cool. And I was like, "Can I see it?" Because I think I'd seen like Google images.
Yeah. But to watch it, looking at person, let me see your ink. Let me feel it.
But he was super cool.
Yeah, I
met in line for the shitters. It's like, dude, you don't have to do this.
I had Troy Sanders stroke my beard and call me a handsome man at Psycho Las Vegas.
Awesome, yeah.
And then I caught Brand's drumstick after their set awesome. Too, and I met him at the bar too, and he was super nice, and he shook my hand. So Mastodon dudes are cool.
No, they're pretty rad from what I know. I also I made Braun acknowledge me. Like I like locked eyes with him. But I think he was like, okay. He enjoyed the show. But yeah, like we've been talking about Gremlins too,
Yeah.
Just, like,
Gremlins is a great Christmas movie.
It is a great Christmas movie, and like just the cuteness, then the horror, the cuteness, and then the
comedic overtones. See, this though is just fucking dark.
This has some comedy to it. You don't
like
think
what? This is dark. You got them like, eating seals. They're eating penguins.
The cute little penguin family in the beginning, and then they just get destroyed. I wish we could. We'll come back around. Yeah, this is the moment. This is when he lost his hand.
But he killed his family though.
I mean, this ivory leg.
No, but so now we know your inspiration comes from horror movies, some album art, some music.
Maiden,
of course.
I said sleep.
Sleep.
Definitely huge influence.
So when it comes to drawing, like, and coming to making this comic and your storyboarding, how do you go about like getting that all organized? You just do a shit ton of sketches first and then just lay out the scenes together, or
so what I started with this one, it was like I had the idea for like in very many different versions, and I wanted to do like
the product. We are top fucking tier production here, people.
Yeah,
this is completely
radio quality. Radio quality boy here.
Just as long as you don't see the mess of cables going everywhere,
and we're like,
and we're up against.
We're just like stuffed together, but we're making
it work. So again, back to how do you go about storyboarding all this?
So like, I had the idea, and I was like, it starts with the cycle of life. It starts like with the krill. And what they eat, and then the fish are eating the krill, the penguins are eating the fish, and then the penguins go and he regurgitates like into his little penguin son's mouth, and he's like, and that's the cycle of the food chain kind of continuing, and then the leopard seal comes and snaps him up, and that was always going to be like kind of the intro, but I added more steps. It was like,
you wanted to capture the whole, like you said, cycle of life.
Yeah, and like
life and death.
Yes. Sort of.
Because you went from the bottom of the food chain all the way to the top of the food chain.
Yeah, and like the story was like kind of always the same, and then like the progression from Walrus, and then like the fake out with the killer whale, and revealing the human, and then the backstory. And like a few things changed, but mostly the hard part was like, how do I get the story down to like, how do I get each scene or whatever, or each like moment in like one drawing, you know. So some of them are split. But there's no more than 2 images per page, you know. So it was a lot of it was like, how can you kind of show like where she's looking you know.
That's what I was just saying. I was gonna point out too. Do you think it was harder trying to make a visual comic that makes sense without words? You know, you're basically making a whole nature documentary on paper that's pretty graphic and brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought about like it like a documentary, but it is sort of my concern was for sure like clarity and
to understand what's going on.
Here we are with the cycle.
So this is the start of the cycle where they're going after the krill.
You can see the krill, and then they go back to their iceberg home. But yeah, I mean, like I just I like silent stuff. I really liked that Genndy Tartakovsky. It was called Primal.
Oh, Primal's so
it was sick,
good.
and it was so simple and
it was so simple.
Yeah, and so accessible. And I was like, man, you know, this is the kind of stuff I want to be doing. And I also at the same time made this little short film thing that I was going to try and turn into like a kids show, and I might still do it where it's like it's called Sock Puppy.
Oh, that's right. I saw you were doing something about that. Yeah.
Socks. It's like it's like a pile of socks, and he goes on this adventure and then like comes back and like, ends up in like a washing machine and all this stuff. But it was like, that's so simple, and there's no talking, there's no people.
Yeah.
It's just this guy, you know, or this thing. And it could be in any language. Like, you could translate this into
there's no need to. It's just visual.
Yeah. I mean,
So when it came to like again making the how do you say the antagonist in this, did you think of any other kind of animals? Why is there no polar bears in it?
Really good point.
I mean, we should have seen some polar bear action in this.
I think there's
going to be a sequel. There we go.
One of the original ideas I had was like when the penguins get taken out in the beginning, there were more than one child, you know, and you think they all
and then the ones looking for revenge. Yeah, exactly. So then you got a badass penguin.
Yeah, and he has like a harpoon thing or something, you know, and then eventually they're working together, and the penguin like rides the sea leopard into battle, and they're like killing people, and you know they're going after the whalers and the baby seal.
A story as old as time itself, a story of vengeance. Revenge.
It's a
dish best served regurgitated
and ice cold, baby.
Regurgitated and ice cold.
Yeah, that fish smoothie.
Exactly. No, so right here, as you can see, leopard seal's fucking pissed. He's just like, I know that.
The
dude.
Western, and it's just like, you know, and
a stare down,
the Sergio Leone like spaghetti Western. Exactly. And then then his hand. This is when he lost it. Blah blah blah. But I mean, I am a huge fan of movies, and that was always kind of the first thing, and then just slowly and steadily just ran out of money and ability to do those, so it's just become more on paper, and you know, more just all my drawings or like like animated stuff, or a fucking puppet made out of my own socks. For real, you know?
And you're still wearing those socks, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
So we're gonna do a special raffle. We are going to give you signed Sock Puppy socks.
Oh yeah, right on.
Well, we will link that down below. Is there a way for people to watch Sock Puppy?
Yeah, it's an unlisted Vimeo link.
Nice,
you should be able.
I'll pop it.
You'll be able to find it.
Yeah, I'll pop it down in the
I gotta keep it private until I release it for real, otherwise they disqualify you from film festivals and stuff.
So this isn't publicly available yet?
No, it's a secret. Secret movie. But it's a lot of fun.
Do you have a trailer?
No, I can I'll just
Whip up a trailer for the special people
put
walking.
that link. Let's put that link down there, and
We'll figure it out. Well,
everybody-
you'll see what
you'll
happens.
get to see some Sock Puppy, maybe a clip or two.
Sock Puppy is again, from what I understand, he was created from cum socks.
Yeah,
right?
that's how we stuck them together. Because
So-
I don't know how to sew.
Sock Puppy was created because he was a spunk sock.
I had a whole bunch of socks just
They were
stuck
standing up.
together, and I was like, hey, that looks like it's alive. Almost. But no, that one's supposed to be for the kids. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So this is a children's movie, Sock Puppy.
Well, yeah, it's just more. I mean, yeah, it's puppets. It's easy going.
Yeah.
and nobody dies. There's no death.
There's a lot of death in here.
Yeah, there is a lot of death. This is like my niece and nephew. I send them, Sock Puppy. I didn't send them this. Like they're not as much as they would probably.
It is an
enjoy it.
educational book. Now I'm just saying this should be taught in schools. This is the cycle of life, death, and rebirth right there, if you know what I'm saying.
No, exactly. I mean, and I did sell one book at I was vending at this event. And a woman bought one and she's like, my kids will love this. And I'm like, oh yeah, like how old are your kids? And she's like, I think she said like 5 and 7. So I was like, yeah, no, it's your life, lady. And
this is a great book.
Those
for
are your
children.
lives to influence.
Those children are probably going to be scarred.
I mean, we can only hope so. But yeah,
you scared them, sir, or maybe you just inspired the next generation of horror movie creators and comic book artists.
I mean, yeah, there has to be,
I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there.
There has to be those kinds of parents, like showing the kids like the horror. So how do you think we ended up being like how we are?
So me personally, I was terrified of this shit as a kid. Like,
oh really? Were you
dude,
like away?
I couldn't like my mom didn't care if I watched it, but I tried watching this stuff and I got sick. Like I remember like going to watch Alien versus Predator, and that was PG-13, and I couldn't fucking watch that.
Yeah,
I think I couldn't even watch Lord of the Rings in theater. I was a big old pussy as a child.
Yo, that's funny. I watched,
now I'm like, no, bring on the gore.
Yeah, I watched all of it. Too young.
It needs to be gnarlier, But I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't watch the shit.
No, I think I grew up like not having access to like TV. So
you just want to absorb everything you got your eyes on.
So like when I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch 7 alone, like on my parents'
what's in the box
TV, and like she came home from work. I'm like, and I didn't get to find out what was in the box until like
you didn't
the next day, and it was killing me. But yeah, like I remember like the visceral fear of the movie combined with like, oh fuck, my mom's home, and I like eject.
You're just so entranced, and you're like,
yeah, I gotta like pretend I like wasn't watching this movie. You know what I mean? So it was, yeah, and like it wasn't just horror movies, but like Requiem for a Dream and shit.
Yeah, that movie.
Really,
so I didn't watch that as a kid.
Really haunted myself with them, and didn't do myself very
ass
many
to ass.
Yeah, I mean, any number of fucked up movie or whatever, I watched it, and as like a
Train
something
Spotting
to
got
kind
me.
of try to prove to myself, like, oh, I'm gonna watch these.
No, Train Spotting got me with the baby scene.
Yeah, the baby on the ceiling.
That was pretty brutal.
Yeah, no, that movie definitely has some horror
aspects to
moments. Yeah, I mean, well, and yeah,
so
hard drugs can be horrible.
So when you're like drawing and everything, do you like getting in the zone by listening to music or anything, or you kind of just what are you usually listening to when you're drawing?
I listen to a lot of doom metal. I mean, when I'm at the studio like gallery space where I dwell a lot, the Hive downtown, the Hive, like the Beehive. You know, but they don't know.
Mm-hmm. So the
And
Hive in downtown Los Angeles. If you guys ever want to
it's
check it out,
great gallery.
pretty sweet gallery. A lot
all
of cool
my
shit in
works
there.
there. You can buy a book there. You can get, other art there, better art than mine. You could do whatever you want. You could you don't have to go at all. You could go and just close your eyes the whole time. Just feel the art. But I when I'm there, I just pretty much listen to Sleep's Holy Mountain.
Really?
I wish I could find something else, but that's just like my default. And I listen to I like a lot of like Guided by Voices because that dude just has like 35.
Really? I
albums.
never heard of them. I'll have to check it out.
It's like sort of sounds like a really sketchy punk demo recording of like the Zombies, like some kind of 60s like no, like very weird and kind of British.
So
but
Guided by
Yorker,
Voices.
yeah, GBV, dude.
All right, I'll check them out.
Been around since the 80s and like an album a year, just
Damn.
crazy shit. But they're a lot of them are not good. But you just like kind of just move, you just go through them, and then every once in a while, like Alien Lanes, it's like 6 albums in, and it's just a banger. So.
Hey, every band has their highs and their lows. Some are riding that high for a very long time, and then it comes back down, and then comes back up, or stays down.
Forever. Like the Replacements. I like to listen to Tim by the Replacements a lot. That's a great album. What else? Bell Witch is a good.
Ooh, Bell Witch is.
That's a good
cool.
album to listen to when you're
watching.
reading.
Yeah. You should have collaborated with Bell Witch. Bell Witch, if you're out there, give us the rights.
We would love to do a little.
We will do a whole little get together, put some illustrations to this music, or music to this illustrations.
Yeah, I actually Wiccan and we in the future, if there's like when we do like a larger release, because this book's pretty small, and the images themselves were pretty large. They're like,
so you scaled it down.
Yes, exactly, and that's what you're supposed to do, I guess. That's the pro move to get more detail and stuff.
Yeah,
but it also made it more contrasty. So I kind of wanted to go back.
Do you think you're gonna do a black and white book next?
Maybe. I've considered that. I also have all the line art, so I could do like a digital, fill it in digitally, and then have it.
So is this watercolored, right?
Yeah, it's all watercolor. Yeah.
Nice.
So like if I did it again, kind of with the digital coloring, like I did for the vulgar display of gaming.
Oh yes, quick interjection right there.
A little plug.
Tamir did all the artwork for the channel. So he did
Not
the logo.
all of it. Well,
he did the logo, and he did our banner that we have up with the TV spilling out the guts and everything.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, as well as I want to get some pins done for the little arcade machine eating the dude.
Oh yeah, I like that one a lot. That one also works really well as just a line drawing.
Yeah,
it's a great line drawing. But that's like the big fucking thing. You're like, dude, do these look better with color or not? And so I'm that was the pro move I would have never done, and if I hadn't started kind of taking art a little more seriously, and like listening to.
Were you gonna go line art at one point, or digital color in, or were you like, fucking, I want the visceral feel of the
I didn't decide until like the last minute. I was like, I'll do it all digital so I can redo it if I want to. But then I was like, I kind of, what's the point?
You have a master. You have a master copy, right, or a master sketch at least.
I have the scans, so I can make them again.
Yeah,
and I could trace them, if I need to. But no, they're painted in, and they're all originals, So yeah, these are all. How'd
you do them on a big easel, like big, or just do all?
No, I got like.
What are the original sizes?
10 by 14.
10 by 14.
Yeah, and so now it's like 7 by 5. So
it's you have all those original pieces?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a big stack of them at the Hive. You can go see the big ones. And
nice.
So yeah, the plan was to make like a bigger, a limited edition one, big hardbound,
Mhm.
and then Wiccan, we would make a little EP that you can like, listen to.
That'd
while
be
you,
dope.
You go through. So like we would kind of write like the sounds of like the microorganisms,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the sounds of the walrus fight. Because we
No,
have a
that's
really
cool.
good. We have this one super like pirate. It's that kind of seafaring riff, and we were it like sounded exactly like that. Like, whoa, that's one of those pirate ship Mastodon riffs for sure.
No, that's awesome. So again, you're interjecting your music with your other forms of art, as well as you're using music to concentrate when you're drawing all of this stuff.
Yes, no, it's for like, and I think I did one piece that's called Melvin, like Alvin, but
Yeah.
Melvin, and it's just this kind of like suburban scene where like an egg is frying on the asphalt, and like an ant was like trying to eat it and got run over by like there's these like tire marks in the road, and then there's a red wagon, and then a little puppy, and it's like the puppy from the Houdini album cover, the double-headed. Shout out to
Melvin's,
to the Melvins and Kozik. What was his? I think his name's Rob or Richard Kozik. He did that art, and he died this year.
Oh, R.I.P.
So, R.I.P. I think it's,
Iconic album, Melvin's, by the way.
Dude, totally. I mean,
It's
Night
definitely-
Goat. That was like the best
Dude,
opener.
Is
Yeah,
that wait?
so
It's
good.
you're talking about Houdini, right?
Oh, that's not Night Goat. Isn't the opener?
Yeah. Wait,
Oops.
yeah.
Is the opener?
I don't know. Now I'm confused.
Now I'm confused. I think it might be Hag Me.
Anyway,
Who cares? It's
Exactly.
only the fucking Melvins.
Melvins do kick a little bit of ass, though.
Big time. Yeah, we were. Didn't we go to that thing? Not too long ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we went and saw some serious seafaring bands. We went and saw Mastodon and Gojira.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was last
before.
year. That was a good time.
Yeah, so they were like those are like the two big like whale bands, whale metal.
So when it comes to, again, seeing all these big heavy metal bands and everything, you got the seafaring ones. Talk to you about your art with Leviathan and how that inspired you. Are there any other, like, what is the most visceral album you ever saw where you're like, oh shit, that's gory? Because I know
Oh, yeah.
Mastodon doesn't have any like really
Not
gore.
real gory, no.
Yeah.
I like Tomb Molds.
Ooh, Tomb Mold.
art.
Their new album that came out this year was fucking phenomenal.
I didn't even know about.
What?
I would have to. I have to go. I've been slacking, but
I've been
also-
slacking too. I mean, I listened to the album, but I completely forgot what the album is. So probably right now, that album name is going to pop up right here.
It's right here. I'm
But
I'm
it's
gonna
a
go
great-
listen to it
Yes.
on my phone right now. But yeah, dude, the that's Tomb Mold's kind of like gnarly, but it's like not too. It's like sort of
Dude, it's
fun.
dude. You know why Tomb Mold's named Tomb Mold, right?
Is that a dungeon
No,
siege thing or it's a
Bloodborne?
oh okay? I don't know the game.
Yeah.
Some game.
Yeah, they're hardcore nerds. They were getting shit earlier because people were like, "Oh, you're not wearing metal T-shirts," because they were like on the Decibel cover and they had like a Resident Evil shirt, and the other dude, they weren't wearing fucking real metal
yeah.
shit.
Calm down. Yeah.
Who
it's
gives a
okay.
shit? Tomb Mold kicks ass.
And
So
Resident Evil is
awesome.
metal, so
yes, it's
fuck
metal as
you.
fuck.
Yeah, the dude, trying to think of some gnarly art on album covers.
Well,
that
I
I've
can
seen.
think of some.
Mayhem.
Mayhem. I mean,
that's not
yeah.
even art.
I
That's
mean,
just a photo of a
yeah.
dead person.
I mean,
But
I'll
that
say
is the gnarliest.
I will
one.
say iconic death metal art is always going to be Cannibal Corpse. I mean,
sure.
Come on, eat back to life.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's been too long since like that stuff just kind of washes over me now.
Yeah.
But when I saw it back in the day, it's like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, what shocked you as a kid?
Honestly, Maiden, like the Killers album is kind of scary.
As a kid, yeah.
And it's scarier sounding than like later Maiden,
Oh, it's definitely had a more punk, kind of raw, visceral feel
Yes.
to it, as opposed to with Bruce Dickinson's more polished and everything. Now, I love both eras. I don't think
Yes.
Maiden, honestly, is what was it? Brave New World was kind of whatever, but
Yeah, didn't they? What's the one with the like the really bad like computer game like World of Warcraft kind of art?
oh, that was I think Brave New World.
Oh yeah, okay. Because
that one
is,
was
like,
yeah.
not
That one's
well
kind of yeah. That one's kind of funky.
But I do love that it exists. Like
Right.
just that freaky.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like
art.
so. Oh man, I'll have to show you this afterwards. A little cool tidbit of something I have. I met Derek Riggs, who did all of the artwork for Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
At LA Comic Con a few years ago, and I bought his book, and he drew a custom Eddie in there for me, signed and everything.
What?
It's pretty fucking cool.
Dude,
I'll show
that's
you that.
wicked awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
That's super rad.
But super cool, dude. To be able to like say like you made all those iconic, album covers.
Yeah, I mean
you
those
know?
things change people's lives. Like I knew this dude that I hang out with sometimes. I won't say his name because he probably wouldn't want me to tell this story, but he was like tripping on acid back in the day, and he the chick he was like making out with, he had this vision of her like as like Eddie, but like Eddie as a nurse. And I was like, did they ever do Eddie as a nurse? Like that's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't think they did.
I think Eddie's been everything but a nurse.
Yeah, but like yeah,
he
kind
hasn't
of
been a doctor
kind
either.
of like a Heath Ledger Joker nurse Eddie situation.
I mean, I wouldn't. That would kind of trip me out getting stuck in that situation. Like, oh shit, I'm tripping too hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's. It could be fun. Could be terrifying.
And more like terrifying. I mean,
What's the man? I'm kind of blanking, but like, yeah. I mean, there are just some moments from movies that just kind of stick with you forever, that like you want to kind of try and recreate, like
scenes that live in your head.
Yeah, exactly. Rent free, baby.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, when somebody gets like thrashed, or like when the dude gets like pinched off in the fucking waterfall in like Jurassic Park,
That's a good one.
and the blood comes,
Yep, down the thing.
Yeah, you're
well,
like,
what about here's another iconic scene, The Thing, when they're trying to do an autopsy on the body, and the body opens up and just bites off the dude's
you know what's
arms.
crazy? I got CPR certified earlier today, and I was
thinking about that
with the defibrillator, the AED pads, and was like, yeah, every time I think about clear, just puts his hands straight into his chest.
So when it comes to all these forms of media and all the forms of media you're involved in, do you ever see it getting overwhelming where you're like, oh shit, I have too many projects going on at once? And how do you center yourself to get back into it to one project?
I used to do like just too much stuff and like whatever. I mean, yeah, you met me still when I was still kind of during a time where I like almost like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be part of this thing. I'm gonna make that movie in my free time. I'm writing another movie. Gonna fucking like start another band when I have time. And now I'm just like, I'm getting older, and I like really value my rest and my family time.
Yes.
I got the wife and the kids. They're not real kids. They're animals. But yeah, it's like, yeah, my life has changed quite a bit from when I had a much more like rock and roll lifestyle, and I was just kind of running around like working on movies for like 5 months at a time, and then like nothing for another like 5 months, and kind of homeless and in and up, and so
living in different states. And
yeah, New Mexico and all over, and yeah, so I definitely am like really stoked to be doing the like book, and have like finished thing
product
like
that you're like, hey, this isn't half-assed. I took my time on this.
Yeah, and it's not, well, some of it's half-assed.
I don't think so.
And like, there's some of it I wish I would redo, but the part I'm proud of is that I never redid any pages. Even though some of the paint got fucked. These are the images. This is it, and it's more or less kind of a. I want to say like I'm happy with it being like sort of lo-fi and a little sketchy, because then I don't have to be as precise.
Perfect.
Yeah, and like that, I don't think that that's something that I'm really very, very good at, or even very interested in. So.
So when it comes down to this again, if you have any advice to somebody who's like an artist and they just have so many things they're passionate about, all these forms of media, how would you recommend them to like meditate? Hey, just focus on one project at a time. Don't, everybody's different.
Yeah.
But you don't want to overload yourself.
No, I don't.
you know?
Yeah, don't burn yourself out on shit that you like to do and shit that's fun and shit that you're gonna owe like months of time to because you'll never finish it. You'll learn to hate the book, and like there were times where I did, and then when you just kind of hills and valleys,
and then it
with a
delays
lot of
the release.
exactly. But you also need time to step away and look at it and be like, oh shit, that doesn't make sense. Like that, I need another image there. One more piece where her tail like gets ripped or what, those moments where it's like, it's not quite clear the connection between, happened. So
No, that's a good take on that. It always makes more sense when you come back to something after a while. You get fresh ideas.
Yeah.
And you could just keep going with it instead of like stressing out and just like, I'm going to pull a whole nighter to finish this.
No, totally. And then and if you're taking your time and you're not like the deadline is something you set, which is something I did just to get it done. But I don't think I would have gotten it done if I hadn't kind of set like a deadline for myself. But at the same time, like I wanted it to be something that I wasn't killing myself to do. That was fun to do, and it was something I could do like in my free time. And I ended up working on it a lot longer and harder than I thought I would. And I'm more happy with it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's phenomenal. I think it came out great when you went and got it printed. It looks good on paper.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Harut helped me out a lot. Like I don't know shit about the layout and all that, so that he really
that's
helped out a lot.
Hey, you're already going into my next question. I was going to ask you about collaborations, networking in this kind of environment. How important is that to an artist?
I mean, it can be really important if that's what you want. If you want to be, like in more galleries and like in publications and stuff. If that's what you want to do, then yeah, it's all about who you know and or how you know people and how you're involved with people and how you are. Has a lot to do with it. Like, most people want to kind of sell themselves and kind of overextend themselves, and I think it's more like just do what you're doing and be true to yourself. Like you're doing this thing, and like I got my thing, and
this thing's gonna bring you down. I'm sorry.
No, but I mean,
people are gonna watch this like, man, that motherfucker was on podcast with him.
He was on that thing.
That was terrible. This was shittily produced.
This might give me might break the 200 followers mark.
Nice.
On my page. So that's a big deal, and I've had it for almost 2 years. So like that's what I'm saying. The more you do your own thing, and you just have that stuff, and that you can hand somebody when they ask. That's like the important part. But yeah, I think it slows people down. It slowed me down for years, like trying to make something that like someone else would buy or enjoy. It's that thing doesn't exist. You have to make the thing
for yourself first.
Well, or just you gotta make the thing.
Yeah, true. And then market it. Yeah,
will be like, yeah, I like it or I don't or whatever.
Well, okay. And, so then, when it comes down to that too, the way things are nowadays with just social media, the internet, all that stuff, we have more access to art than ever before, But do you think that has clogged up a lot of the space? Do you see other artists that are like getting dragged down because there's so much crap in front of them? Like, is it just hard for us to weed through it all nowadays,
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're like completely saturated by media and by imagery and by graphic design and stuff. Like one of my favorite things to do is just go around and take pictures of like mascots of like products. Like there's this one I saw of like a curry restaurant, and it was like Curry King, and he's like some weird like genie guy coming out of the curry like with a mustache. And they're always just like who are these people? Who are these like the weasel on like that thing you use to like snake the drain at Like Home Depot, it is like a character. He's like a cartoon.
Somebody was like, weasels represent
Yeah.
unclogging toilets.
Yeah,
the
and you're
best."
just like, dude, where's the thinking? And like, sort of, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that we're just so
just
like,
random
in the
kick.
future, somebody will see that and they think it's like the hieroglyphics, of like the petroglyphs of our society. They're like, whoa, like who the fuck was this weasel? It's like some product, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's wild. Or like Hello Kitty, you know, or Mickey Mouse. That shit's on everything.
Yeah, that shit's on everything, man.
Like a clock tower.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you just be like the reverence of something like that to somebody who doesn't understand.
Have
that
you,
was just a
yeah.
cartoon.
Have you thought about like doing anything like commercial like that?
I'd love to. I mean, yeah, I just have never really.
Yeah. It's hard to explore that kind of space, huh?
It is hard to get involved. I don't have rich parents or an agent, you know, so my opportunities are kind of limited to like my interest and my ability to like reach out to.
Well, as we were talking to everybody here, if there's any big agents here, we got a
help me
top-notch artist here. But I will say this right now. If you were to see Tamir's furry drawings, oh man,
Whoa.
he is there for commission on the furry drawings.
That's the private collection.
That's the you never wanted to branch out and just strike it big doing furry art.
Honestly,
hold on.
I was getting too much.
I will say this right now. I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum. If you're into that, you're into that. But I'm just saying, I know people, buddy in art school, and he was like, man, some people wanted some furry drawings. They were getting money for them.
Oh yeah, no,
You know?
it's,
I think he had to draw one of like muscle goldfish making out with each other or something, like humanoid bodies or some
But they were
weird shit.
goldfish?
Yes. Glub, glub. Something.
Yeah, no, I knew a guy who was like making
Again, we ain't yucking yums here.
like suits. You know, he did like costumes and stuff for film, and
Mm-hmm.
one of the other, you know, like the other groups of clients that he served were the furry community. You know,
Again,
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Ain't
I
yucking
mean,
anybody's yum.
One of the things I wanted to know is like, I want to see like not two different people in there. Okay, hold on. So like, not like one person in one suit and another person in another suit banging, but like, I want it to be like the two people in a horse suit banging. You know?
Okay, I think we went on the furry tangent too much.
Like,
please,
that's what I'm worried. I'm wondering. It's like if
the vast majority of my audience are furries, please forgive us. Yeah, please forgive us. But anyway, we're not yucking your yums. You guys go party on.
Yeah, no, I like some weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm just not talking about.
Yeah,
it, you know.
I was just bringing up merely the fact I knew some art students who made a lot of money off that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, and like, yeah, I mean, I think the problem, a lot of people like get overwhelmed or burnt out or whatever because they're trying to make money at it, and they end up doing too much of that.
Yeah.
thing.
That kills the passion for art.
Yeah, and like when I did those like the art and stuff for you, you were very open to like my style.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, hey,
some changes. So like that's a great thing to have, but you can't always have. Like I kind of get to pick and choose because I don't have nobody's beating down my door.
Yeah. Have you done any other commission art or anything?
I am working on a logo for another friend's thing. It's called Doom and Gloom. No, Doom and Bloom. I'm sorry. And it's like a horror themed plant. Like, plants and potted plant.
So they're horror plant.
Yeah. Like
stuff.
You know, yeah, like the pot for the plant is like Jason's face.
Ooh, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Myers
that is really cool.
Yeah,
we might
so
have to do a thing on that too.
I'm doing a sweet logo. It's right.
Yeah, we'll have a picture up of it.
Here.
If you feel like giving us a little glimpse of that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a demon skull
Ooh,
with the roots, and there's some plants like the monstera.
that's
leaves,
badass.
and then the roots go down, spelling out black metal, doom and bloom. And then I want to have a flower growing out of the crack in the top of the skull,
Mhm.
and then one of those butterflies, a
Mhm.
little butterfly floating up there, but he's got a skull thing on it, like
On his wings,
or on his back,
oh,
like
from Zelda,
yes, or
the spider skull things.
yeah, or like the Silence of the Lambs is more. Of
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
That'd be
That
cool. That'd be
skull.
cool.
Yeah,
No.
but I mean,
No, but that's awesome. That's awesome. But when I was getting to when you're working with clients and everything.
oh yeah.
Do you think?
Clients.
Do you think it's helpful? So this is if anybody's trying to get any art done from an artist, commission wise, do you like it when somebody presents you obviously a clear idea? Like they need to give you something, right? You can't just like.
Yeah.
Don't you hate it when somebody's just like, just do this, and you're like, well, that doesn't leave me much to work with.
Yeah, and I mean, and then it's like, I will do that, and they'll be like, not like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, fucking, come on, man.
Dude, you gave me like
an
2
idea.
sentences of a description of what you wanted.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, you're just kind of trying to find it
Yeah.
for them, and they don't know, and they'll know when they see it, and that process could take an eternity. They could never end.
And that's the thing. Do you think I was pretty easy to work with? I gave
Absolutely.
you feedback. Yeah.
Well, also like.
I knew what I
don't-
wanted, and
Yeah, and like you and I don't really work in that world, so it's like I think it was cool. It was like there was some patience.
yeah.
To for both of us to like, you know, it's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a little you know, process of learning for me, and that was cool. And I got to like learn how to do a new thing and make something that, you know, you were happy with and I was happy with. So.
No, I absolutely love all the stuff you've done for me.
And it was like I just drew it like I'm doing now.
yeah,
and
so
then
we'll put up a picture. He's drawing something pretty badass. He's just been sketching this whole time.
Yeah, I've been trying to do one in the time that
No, it's
takes to interview.
I've been looking at it too. It's been looking pretty badass. But again, when it comes down to all of this, what keeps your passion alive for art? How do we
Ooh.
talked about, media overload and how you absorb too many things, try to take on too many projects, but what just keeps you bringing you back? Like where you've stepped away for a little bit and now you're like, fuck, like, oh shit, I need to do this. This seeing this rekindled this,
Oh yeah, I mean it's happening all the time, and like you can't really, I think, be making art and be somebody who's like, oh, art sucks now. You know what I mean? 'Cause then, like you're not gonna go see like that new Godzilla shit, and
Oh,
you're not
so
gonna have
good.
your mind blown out of your
Yeah.
asshole, and then you're not gonna be like, dude, I fucking love Godzilla. you
Yeah.
know? And then like,
Godzilla -1, everybody.
yeah, dude,
Kicks
G-1.
Kicks
I'm gonna
ass.
also I'm gonna show
Yeah, he drew some sick
Godzilla.
Godzillas. Yeah. No, but so yeah, just
Myzilla.
we'll have a better picture of it. But so it's again taking a break, refreshing your mind on some other art, some other form of media.
Yeah, and
absorbing that and getting inspiration.
That's
from
why I
it.
think it's good to have like multiple things. Like a lot of
Mhm.
people are like, choose your one thing that you're
Yeah.
really good at, and it's like for me that's
You're-
drawing.
yeah.
like because I can do that anywhere. Like I can't play the
Mhm.
drums everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't make a movie anywhere.
Yeah,
or at
yeah.
any time, but I can pretty much draw anywhere.
Whenever you want.
And there was a time where I was just like not quite
Mm-hmm.
there. Like I
Mhm.
wasn't happy with my ability to draw,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to be drawing all the time, drawing whatever I could draw. And now I'm like I've gotten it because of the practice, and because of doing shit like this.
I know.
Because I wasn't like planning on drawing like a dude with like that, a jacket on and stuff, and then you just kind of draw it till you get it right, and like the wrinkles and all the details. I wanted to 2 people that I'm super inspired by art wise, and like in comics are Matthias Bergara. He's like he's got sort of, I don't mean sketchy in a bad way, but like this kind of wild, chaotic style, and he's he's a Bolivian cat, you know, so he has a very different like background and education than like probably a lot of the like American comic book artists. It just looks super sick. And he and Simon Spurrier, who did like the I think Simon Spurrier wrote the like badass like Santa Claus comic called Klaus. Or
Was
no,
that-
that was Grant Morrison. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever. But
I'll look it up. We'll have the.
we'll try to get it right.
Whoa, I should put a little special effect like bring.
he and that artist have worked together a lot. They did this comic series called Coda, Coda, which is like a fantasy series. It's
Coda.
the story is kind of not my thing.
Is that
but
by-
the art is great.
It's by Image, right?
Yeah. Or
I think I have it. I
yes, it is
it's Image.
Yeah.
I got some books I'll show you too. Like I
Yeah,
just
I
picked
love
up.
Coda.
I love Image.
Yeah.
Image is one of my favorite.
Me too. Huge
publishing
hugely inspired by Todd McFarlane and
Oh
Spawn.
yeah,
And I
Spawn
love
stuff's
Spawn.
great.
I used to actually like one of the early origins, you know, like of my dark obsession with like darker art and like stuff I wasn't supposed to have.
Mhm.
I was like, Dad, like I need this Spawn comic, like just a little issue, you know,
Yeah,
that I got at the grocery store. And he was like, dude, no, you can't. Like, I can't buy this for you. Like, your mom's gonna flip out. And I don't know how, but I convinced him to get it for me. And I was like flipping through it later. And my mom's like over my shoulder. And I just flipped to this page and it's somebody just screaming, like, you son of a bitch, or something like that. And I was like,
Whoa!
6, dude. I was like 6, and I loved
That's
like
good
just
dad.
the way his fucking face looked, and I loved he was just so sick, you know. And then I had this really good Spawn action figure too.
Oh, I had the Spawn playset.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
had the car.
dude, his shit's
I love
still
Spawn.
really sick.
Yeah.
Farland toys
Yeah.
are the best toys. I mean, if I could grow up to be a person, it would be Todd McFarlane. But I don't think he ever knew he would do that. So, you know, everybody has their own thing going on, you know, and you never know. But I just sort of stopped making like the ambition and like the level of work I thought I was supposed to be doing, not like the thing anymore, and just kind of do what
you feel like,
Yeah.
you know, just because then you hold yourself to this unrealistic standard and it kind of
Yes.
brings all your work down.
Yeah, and you're never happy. You're never
Never gonna be
like,
happy. Yeah,
satisfied
yeah.
fully, you know.
Wouldn't you rather just make something or, hey, I completed this, I'm happy with this project, but there were some things I didn't like, but you know what? Now for the next project, I move on and address those things.
Yeah, exactly. And like you never really have that closure if you like just left it
Mhm.
as an unfinished
Mhm.
product, or like it was a good idea on a napkin once, you know.
So going into that, I will say, if you are an artist watching this or somebody that wants to just draw and you're trying to get your ideas, just how would you go about it? Would you just say, just draw whatever, draw hands, draw figures, draw whatever you can, just draw every day at least? Do you try to draw every day?
Yeah, but I don't. I'll be honest
Mhm.
with you, and I wish I did, but you know, life's tough. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I don't
definitely.
think I wish I was one of those people that had like more of a process and was like, this is what I do when I'm burned out, or this is what I do when
Well,
I'm
no,
like, you know.
I mean, everybody's got their own way of
But
dealing with
I'm
things.
kind of chaotic, you know, and
And
pretty
that's-
pretty
hey,
ADHD. So.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just what works for me, but it's like I find that I go like with this book, and like this is a great example. It's like a real roundabout way of doing something that
yeah.
is like mostly wrong, but by the end of it, I've gotten it all right. you know?
Yeah.
Or like I know now how to like what I can get away with doing wrong
Mm-hmm.
without changing, and like what I can do.
Oh, well,
get
of
right
course.
later or whatever.
Of course. But I guess what I was just getting at is just don't delay. Don't think too long on an idea, right?
Yeah,
just
no.
go about it. If you don't like it, just finish it. Don't just start sitting there. What am I going to draw? Just
Right.
fucking draw.
Right, exactly. And it's like a lot of people finish stuff for the show,
Mhm.
or for the exhibit, or for the film
Finish it for
festival, or
yourself
for the release.
first.
yeah, I mean, like having something finished that you can put anywhere is more important. And if you control that instead of like an agent already published somewhere or it's already like, it's gone and you don't have control over where it can where it could have another future or another avenue, is like you're just kind of ruining your own.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to get out of your own way when you think and you've been convinced that like these are the ways to be successful in art or whatever, and now I'm like, I don't actually give a shit in what it means to be successful, because I'm successful in drawing better or
well, art's naturally chaotic anyway, so again it comes down to it, like to your point, everybody has their own process.
Yeah, dude, totally. And like one thing that I teach art now. I used to teach film, but now I teach art to kids, and like what kids often think they're doing in like an art class is they're learning how to make art like you or like other artists
instead of
that you're learning
developing their own style.
Yeah, you want to learn how to make art like you.
So that's what you're teaching the kids, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
and
hey,
like I didn't like how I drew for a long time, and was like, I want to draw like Jeff Darrow, the guy who did like Hard Boiled, and he did all the Matrix storyboards. And that's like some of the most detailed, like gnarly line drawing on earth. So it's like, yeah, fuck you. Like you'll never be Jeff Darrow, And like his perfection is not perfection. It's his thing that he's developed and does well. It's not some magic trick. Or like Kim Jong-un, he died, but he was this Korean dude who did no pencils, no pre-drawing, would draw like an entire like.
You talking about the dictator?
No. So Kim.
You said Kim Jong-un.
Did I say Kim
Yes,
Jong-un?
yes. I was like, hey, I mean, he's got a list of achievements a mile long,
It's Kim.
Again,
I don't know, but he was a Korean artist, and he died, and it was like
it'll be right here.
It was like that was one of the guys like of like living today who just drawing like.
I mean, some of this just comes to people naturally.
Incredible level, but also he drew like not just every day, but like every hour. He was practicing drawing, like that's all he did, and you can tell, it just looks like that. Or the other guy that I really like he's so good at drawing and so detailed, but it's like kind of sketchy, and for sure his own style is a dude named James Stokoe, and he did like Godzilla in Hell, the comic. He did like some Alien. He did an Alien comic. He did this really weird like Silver Surfer one, but yeah, it's just like kind of really sketchy and like drooly and just fucked up, gnarly.
Nice. I'll have to check out some of his work.
Shit. I have a great book over at the house. Bust out.
I'll trade you some comics. I got some new stuff I'll show you in a bit too. Again, I want to kind of just wrap up all of this and say, what do you think with nowadays, again, we went over technology, social media and all that. AI is becoming a big factor in all of this now. It's pushing its way into the art world. Granted, it's not as detailed and everything now, but these companies are pushing for it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about potentially some of your artwork getting ripped off, your style getting ripped off? Because they are learning models,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super worried about it because nobody really is like, beating down my door. And like,
but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying.
The concept of it, it bothers me. Like, I believe in paying artists and like, not using just someone's art without, getting permission at least. And but I also like, I see that a lot of things can be made super easy by AI, like editing or, syncing sound. Or things like that, like on a technical side, or, like when I scanned like a drawing into Clip Studio or whatever, like there's probably now an AI where it just fills in every line I did. That's helpful. but like it creating a drawing of like some of what I wanted because I told it to.
Yeah.
That's not a fucking art form.
No,
that's
no.
Like, that's like almost where we are with like filmmakers can be like, I want to see a Ninja Turtles movie. You guys make it fucking happen. You know, it's like, well, what did that person do? Is that even like, is that even an idea? You know, or is it just like a searchable like image? You know what I mean? But I from working in film, I fucking hate actors, and they should all be replaced by robots because they're pieces of worthless shit.
Is there anybody that you met that you're like, oh, he was cool?
No, they are cool for sure. There's a lot of them, but actors as like a concept, it's like it's so
they're problematic.
It's so dumb.
So, back, this is going off topic. Do you think they like the movies cater to them, and your job revolves around them at some points?
Absolutely. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Like I've worked on smaller movies. The biggest of them are like $3 to $8 million movies, which is like nothing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it's like a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
But like you have to understand, like half of that is going to the 3 people
on the
like
cast
who are like Bill Pullman, and they're not like giant fucking actors. They're not like Tom Cruise. It's like that they make like $1 million. Out of like an $8 million,
which is
budget.
A huge fucking chunk of the budget.
Yeah, exactly. And I make like a
fraction,
tiny fraction of that paycheck.
So it's like
35 other people are.
Splitting. It's like technically that movie's like the entire cost for production, everything's like $500,000-600,000.
Exactly. So it's like you could pull together a movie. I've made several independent feature films. They look all right, I made them for cheap, but they just don't have like Jake Gyllenhaal in it. So it's like, so nobody gives a shit. But no, I mean, a lot of actors are really nice people. Laura Dern, I met her. I worked with Laura Dern, from Jurassic Park. Like, she seems really sweet. Like in that movie, she's exactly like.
Really?
She's exactly like that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good to I like hearing that. I thought you were literally about to say biggest fucking
she's horrible. Like
she's the worst person ever. I was like, whoa.
She ruined my life.
I was about to be like, are we about to cut this segment out?
My face.
We're about to get libel fucking sued for this shit.
She was really like
that's awesome.
Remarkably cool. And
Laura Dern, thank you for being so cool.
Yes, and I do remember it. It did have an impression on me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was like that's the exception.
Did you ask her any Jurassic Park questions?
No Jurassic Park questions. But I was I got like trapped in this attic with her because we were like they like were filming this thing, and she'd like have to come down from the attic, so she'd like go up there, and I was just like kind of crouching in the corner, and then eventually she started talking to me, and I was like, yeah. Being super fucking super starstruck, That's
cool. But that's cool that you have some of those stories.
So cool, yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of the stories are worth it, but ultimately, it's like, it's a fucked up industry that I really kind of no longer believe in, and I think people like making their own shit and animation and like puppets, like what I'm doing in my garage, is more fulfilling and more important, and is honestly more creative than the shit that I get paid to make anyway.
The underground has a big important role in all of this.
Yeah. No, it's all about the underground. I think things are really going back to like
DIY stuff.
DIY shows. And pop-up events.
Exactly.
More to word of mouth.
Exactly. And, fuck, even shit like this I'm doing. I'm kind of just trying to get this. I want to give new life and new eyes on all of these underground artists. So I hope that I get to talk to more people,
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's the beauty of it is it's like it's existing all around us unless it's like being manufactured, and then it's like that it also exists, but it's like trying to navigate, like
it's losing its authentic feel.
It really is.
Big production movies used to be like, oh shit, they put a lot of care into this. But I've
Yeah.
even seen it where it's like that was $1 billion movie, or like that movie made $1 billion, but the production didn't look like it looked like shit.
Yeah, or it's just like, yeah, I mean,
They just get the how do you say? They just
feel-
get the license or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we just got a big name thing, and we'll just roll off of that.
yeah, no, it's like it's more about, I mean, it's kind of what we're saying. It's like more about getting this finished
Mhm.
product that people will pay for. Actually,
That's
of
art.
quality,
Yeah.
or interesting or good,
When art becomes just a product, I feel like it loses itself entirety.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where we are. It's like artists have been asked to, sell themselves.
Yeah.
Like run themselves ragged in order to make money doing it. Instead of like doing it for yourself and trying to kind of fulfill your own artistic needs when you can. And so that's why I'm back to the day job life, because it's much better. It's much more like I have a lot more control, and I'm not as
Frantic and
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And so like I can actually have the brain and the capacity to like choose which projects to make, and like this is a stronger, clearer,
Mhm.
concise project than like the other shit
Yeah.
wanting to make, which was really complicated and expensive
Yeah.
and confusing
Mhm.
and dark, and not as like, it's still dark, but it's kind of fun, and it's like
Yeah,
a cartoon.
yeah. So I guess I will let's wrap this up here, and I'll
Let's
just
wrap her up. Yeah, like a birthday
any
gift, or
right.
Christmas.
Anything you got coming out that you want to give us a little sneak peek out? Any next projects you're going to be working on?
Yeah, I'll send you a couple of the sketches I've been working on. I'm making a comic book about Jolly Bee, the character. He's like the red bee with the chef's hat on.
That's the restaurant thing, right?
It's Filipino chicken chain.
Oh
And,
man, that'd be cool. Hey, Jollibee, if you guys are out there,
Yeah.
we got you your
I
new
don't
marketing
know if you'll
campaign
like
right
the story that I've made.
It's
with
gonna be a
Jollibee.
great story.
But yeah, there's some good stuff where like, he's getting, his stinger, jerked off or whatever. Stuff like that. So some good says that's gonna be a good one. Some like a family
It's a family
Some
comic
family
right there.
shit.
Well,
and,
hey,
that's about
I
it.
mean, a large portion of our community is furry enthusiasts.
furry
We
community.
got you actually. Again, we were ragging on you, but you can enjoy what you want, and we will have content for you.
Yeah,
Or
and if
he will
you
have
guys
content.
need
He will-
anything, if you got the money, I'll do whatever. I'll share a suit with you or whatever.
So tell everybody where we can find you at.
Oh yeah, so I'm on Instagram at Lee Fariq is all the art, and at Wiccan Band.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Is the
yes, his band. They're badass.
You can find my art, like a lot of my paintings and sculpture shit and puppets and stuff at the Hive downtown. The Hive Gallery, and then you can also buy these books there.
Yeah. Like I said,
And
I will have
stickers and
all the links below, highlighting all of his art, as well as during this. There's probably gonna be clips playing or like pictures, as well as if you want to give a little sneak peek of what you drew. Just so who's this supposed to be?
This is like a really gnarly
Santa. Nice. I'll have a bigger blown up picture of that so everybody can see it.
Yeah, blow it up.
Jesus. All right. But hey, everybody, I want to thank you. If you've been watching this and actually watched to the whole thing, we really appreciate this. I hope you enjoy the stuff I'm putting out and the people I'm bringing on.
Yeah, thank you for supporting the arts and Shane and heavy music and
Yeah, this
video
all ties
games.
in together. I want to start bringing more people on. So if you're interested in showcasing your art or whatever, you have some cool shit, bands, whatever, let me know. I appreciate all of this, and I want to get you heard. I want to do something meaningful. I want to bring back to this community. So From here in our the Vulgar Display Gaming Studios, I'm Shane again, and that is Tamir.
I'm Tamir.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.